Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about CPS Technologies. This company is being highly overlooked. We've had some people talking about this stock as well, but it's at a very crucial inflection point, and I actually mentioned this in the live streams and in the Discord, so you may have missed it, but I want to make a very clear point that this stock is about to absolutely skyrocket. We're sitting at about $21, $22. I'm projecting a $34 to $35 push here in the next 1 to 2 weeks, and this is not just hype. But before we get into that content, I need you to do one thing and one thing only. Hit that sub button down below, leave a thumbs up, and have the notifications turned on. We're posting videos every single day regarding the stocks that we are trading and finding gems like this one. I'm telling you guys, you're not going to miss this company. Huge news coming for this stock. Let's get into it. Okay, so looking at CPS Tech, it looks like a pretty boring company, not that interesting, but once you break it down to who they are working with, you really start to see the value of the company and the potential upside. Every time we get a catalyst for the stock, we're moving up 20 to 50% overall. I'm talking big gains could be coming very, very soon. This is not hype. So let me break down a few articles and explain exactly what they do and who they are working with. So we're going to look at their LinkedIn just to explain overall what they do. For over 30 years, CPS has built a reputation as a world leader in combining metals and ceramics to improve performance and reliability of applications in a variety of end markets. So this can be a little bit confusing, but let's dive a little bit deeper. Our primary advanced material solution is metal matrix composites, MMCs. MMCs have several superior properties compared to conventional materials such as copper. These include thermal expansion matching, higher stiffness, lighter weight, and high thermal conductivity. So this leads to explain that they have stuff that might be interesting for the government, and this is primarily who they are partnered with, currently with the Navy signing a new deal over the past 7 days. But the real news is going to be this. If you don't know, we are having a Mars landing here on February 18th, or scheduled overall. So my projections is that CPS will see a massive run up. And here on their LinkedIn, they actually have it pretty descriptive. CPS Technologies lands on Mars with Perseverance February 18th, as you can see up here at the top. CPS is proud to have our thermal management hermetic packages on Mars rover Perseverance. CPS will sharing links, information on the Perseverance as mission milestones are met. So they are actually have their products going to Mars with the lander, the rover, and stuff like that. So their products are going to be directly used on the Mars Perseverance mission. This is very important to note, and they actually have a few other missions going as well, going there right now. So there's a lot of hype building up behind this stock, and the chart kind of tells a different story, that it's not moving that well. So I think we might see some major profits, and this is a pretty big buying opportunity on the stock. So we're going to get into the charts here in a second, but I just want to make it very clear, the risk to reward here, in my opinion, is pretty low. This is not financial advice, so do your own due diligence, but overall, looking at where we're at, we're seeing some major consolidation on the stock, even though the economy has been doing absolutely great over the past 4 to 5 days. CPS is staying pretty sideways. The ticker is actually CPSH, just in case you're looking for it, but they're moving pretty sideways, and this has me to believe they are setting it for a massive run up. And today we're actually seeing a 5 to 6% move as we speak. But I think, like I said, there's a 40 to 50% move in the books here to $34 to $35, give or take. Let's get to the charts. Okay, so if you've been tuning into the lives, then you have seen me talk about this stock quite a bit. We've got a lot of pinching coming down, really squeezing that price, coming down to that $18, $19 range. And you know, now we're getting a massive push up. Actually today, if we zoom into that picture right there, you can see we had a push of the $18 to $19, high 18s. And then now we're getting a push above that weekly open to the 2186 marker, looking absolutely bullish. This stock, I'm telling you, over the next few weeks are going to see massive gains going into next Friday. There is so much potential and so much room to run. As you see from this dip that we've seen right here, the OBV tells a different story. The volume is staying there. The buying power is staying on the stock. There is still tons of room to run, and buyers aren't selling their positions. We're just having a little bit of consolidation. This looks very, very good and very, very promising. I love what the stock is doing. But if we're looking at it right now and you're not really sure where you want to enter, I'm going to show you some buy zones that I would be looking at, maybe to even add more. I've already entered pretty heavy. This green line right here, I project this to be a pretty massive support. I do not think we get pushed back below it. So if we come down and dip, I'm projecting that we get a pretty strong move back off of it. Once we start breaking this $23 range, I think there's no point of return, and we continue the massive legs to the upside. I'm talking very big gains. Coming up, I see that we might get a little bit of a test right there at the double top range, $30 overall. But like I said, I see the volume kicking in massively once we start getting more of the hype around this space stock. Now, the real question is do you hold past the landing? Because if we do have a successful landing and the milestones are being met with CPS and with the company overall and the mission overall, CPS has a lot more room to run. I'm talking potentially maybe even $50. I don't want to hype it up too much, but it's definitely a possibility. Just from this overall news, we had a move up from about $7, $8 all the way to $27 to $30. So like I said, there's a lot of room to run here, especially with these Mars missions. And now they're getting more deals with the Navy and other segments of the government, which is always a good thing, because once you start working with the government and showing them that you can produce the products, typically the purchase orders get larger and larger and larger. And we all know the government is a great person to be doing deals with. So looking at the company, they have tons of room to run, but the question is, do you hold past that potential? So I'm not playing call options or anything like that. I don't even know if it's available on the stock. I haven't even looked. I'm just buying stock here because that's overall the safest play. The stock's very volatile, as I mentioned before. So we're seeing massive legs up and kind of some massive moves down as well. But I think that we've bottomed out overall here. You can also see that double bottom formed right there, which has me even more bullish on the stock. I think right now is an even great time to be adding more to this position. We're seeing that OBV cap off even higher than those than the last local highs. So I'm feeling very, very confident on this stock. I like what we're doing. And ultimately, I see $34 to $35 here in the next week. That'd be an overall 50% move up, a little bit actually over 50%. But I'm telling you guys, I love what the stock is doing. The volume, the OBV, the company behind them, everything going on with the stock is setting up for a massive run up. Even if the economy does shift on the downside, I still see CPS doing very, very good here in the coming week. In review, looking at the company, you can tell I love them. I love what they're doing. I love the business model. I love what they're working with. I love the government contracts. They're going to get bigger and bigger. They're landing on Mars. There's so much potential upside on them. But what's the potential downside? The potential downside is we have a Mars crash, right? We have a Mars crash, something goes wrong, blow up, boom, kapow. Nothing goes well. We don't really get to see any milestones, stuff like that. So selling prior to the landing is going to be the safest route. And that's kind of what I'll be looking for on some of my positions, but I will be letting some ride out as well, because there's a chance that we push to $45 to $50 as well, and that would be massive profits overall. I've pushed pretty heavy into the stock, and I think that this section of the market is being overlooked based on what's going on with weed stocks, psychedelics, and stuff like that. This is seeing a massive overlook, and I think this is going to be a huge play going into next week. You're not going to want to miss it, guys. And I know I've been hyping up a lot of stocks like AMC and going over Sundial and Nokia and all these, and I'm trying to do what you guys are requesting, but I have to get these out as well because I see massive upside coming, and I don't want my followers to miss out. So make sure you're doing your own due diligence on the stock and looking at it before you even enter a position. This is not financial advice. This is just personally what I'm doing. I've already entered into the stock and I see it going to new highs very, very soon. That's going to wrap up this video. If you got something out of this, make sure you hit that sub button down below, leave a thumbs up, and have the notifications turned on. I'm posting videos multiple times every single day regarding the stocks that I am trading, and I go live every night between 9:30 p.m. Central and 10 p.m. Central. I should be live every single night covering the stocks that I'm looking at, what I'm looking at for the next day, because I do day trade stocks every single day as well. Have a good one, guys. Namaste.